say, first half chance to John.
Well, it's sometimes quite difficult to hold a ball positionally off a thin edge. But he feels that he should have potted it, whatever, as indeed he should have done.
Yeah, he just had to play it with a hint of check side, didn't he? I think that's what caused him to miss it. Anyway, an unexpected visit to the table. He didn't expect to be back so soon, I'm sure. Yeah, very clean. Nice little settler that for Ali. Cued that beautifully. Decent kiss in the blue. Should be able to reach it. A good start is always desirable, but the shorter the match, the more desirable it is. And these first round matches are only best of 7. I was actually talking earlier in the week to a friend of mine, Neil Tompkins, who's recently started working for a sports statistics company, and although his findings are provisional, he thinks that people will be surprised how important the first frame is in any snooker match, whether it be best of 7, best of 9 or longer. He believes that well over 50% of matches are won by the player who wins the opening frame. It's interesting, isn't it? It's not something that players really would think about. They tend to think of it as a match as a whole. But, as you say, these best of 7s, vital to get off to a good start. Yeah, I think Ali, the red to right corner here, he's hoping to be straight in it, but he's just off straight, as you can see. Oh, that's fantastic. Demonstration of his cue power as well as control.
Perfectly controlled stun run through via the cushion, because the black wouldn't go in the right corner.
Yeah, he'll be keen as mustard today, Ali, I think. Neil mentioned in the studio beforehand about last year when he suffered a heavy defeat here to Neil Robertson after all the sort of pomp and ceremony of his return to the game. But I think it'll be all business this year, Clive.
Yes, he's had time to get over all that. He's had, as everyone knows, 2 serious skirmishes with cancer, but he's been given the all clear, so he can just concentrate on his snooker and hopefully get his ranking back up where it should be. He did have a protected seeding for part of last season, but that's not the same as having ranking points in the bag, and he's sunk down to 28th, which is far lower than he should be.
29.
Happy with that, forcing through other balls.
Well, if his first half a dozen shots or so are anything to go by, he looks bang in form today, Ali Carter, hitting the ball beautifully.
Sure. 31.
And he's got that naturally brisk, bustling style. Good to watch when he's going well. And can also grind it out if he has to. Paul Collier is on refereeing duty this afternoon. And John Higgins still paying the price for missing the thin cut on the red, which let Carter in for this contribution.
$37. $38.
Had to be careful on that because he was the wrong side of the blue with the previous shot and had to leave the pot at middle distance.
$45.
Not straight, so can't get through for black off that red.
Yeah, that's worked out even better, pushing the red top side of the blue. Position wise, he's got them right where he wants them. You'd have to fancy him to clinch the frame here.
$51.
Peter Ebden is here in an advisory capacity to Ali Carter, as he was at the World Championship last
52.
spring.
Another example of just how well he's hitting the cue ball
59.
this afternoon. It's twice he's played that black last few shots and he's executed both of them to perfection.
60.
Just the black then, one more red and it'll be the opening frame to the Englishman.
$67.
Just one mistake from the Scot and it's cost him the frame.
68.
And at this level, it's all about sending your opponent messages, especially early on in the match. And John Higgins being the player that he is, he'll have gotten this message loud and clear that Ali Carter's looks in tip-top
73.
form this afternoon.
74. $81. $82. $89. $90.
Precise positional shot required for the remaining red.
$95. $96. $101. $103.
No reason why this century shouldn't be developed into a total clearance.
$106.
It was a little thin on the green to hold with the orthodox positional shot, but he accomplishes the desired position via several cushions.
110. 115. $121.
Wonderful start from Carter, this. A total clearance